Today we're going to be playing some Monsters Frost. Now, this is a deck that we've done periodically throughout the game's history and revisited just because I like having an updated Frost guide because I think it's the best new deck for players who are just getting into the game. So, that being said, this deck is extremely good at all levels. So let's get into it, what we're running here today, what version we're doing. We're going to be doing a pretty standard Frost version. This is what I usually use when I feel like playing some Frost. Double White Frost Leader Chargers are pretty useful. You get to use them for movement, for damage. They're pretty good. Got the Crystal Skull. I always go back and forth between Crystal Skull and Tactical Advantage. I think they're both good here. Just the Crystal Skull is slightly better against Nilfgaard, where they have a lot of locks. Otherwise, people don't want to use one bronze lock on your opening on a, what's it called? Aristocrat. As far as the rest of the deck, we have the Tyrannalia, which is really good for carryover. It's really good for setting up value. We got the Oberon King. We like to go into Conqueror and then get the third form and trigger the Riders. We got the Eridan, just persistent damage is great. Lord Riptide and Aimless Wrath are control cards. We've got the Naglfar and Ardgaith, consistency card, and more Frost. Winter Queen comes out of the deck as you left tempo. People have to kill Winter Queen. Sometimes if they don't have a way to do 4 damage to Winter Queen, they just pass, which is nice. We are playing a Toad Prince. This could be a Nithral. You could swap around like a Bruiser or the Toad Prince. You could fit in a Parian Phantom, fit in the Slave Trader as well if you want to take out one of these 5 version cards, which we'll get to. Just, I like having the Toad Prince, I think. You got Gels for more consistency. Golden Child's a big finisher. Or an opener round 2 type of thing where you slam for tempo. That's not as great anymore because there's a lot of Tall Punish, but it used to be a play you could do. Still is, you just have to know the matchup. We got Ancient Foglets, 2 Red Riders, 2 Bruisers, 2 Crews, the Riders, the Aristocrats, the Warrior, and the Navigator. Now this is the deck. I would like to find a little bit of space for more 4 Persian Bronzes. Specifically, I'd like a second Navigator, I think. But don't really have the space for it, so this is what we go with. And it turns out this is a pretty good deck, so we win a lot of games with it, so I think we will get into it, show just how it works out. Basic idea with this deck is you get a bunch of the Frost out. The Frost is persistent damage over the course of a longer round. It's like a pseudo engine, just doing damage over time. And then you get your cards out that are worth good points. You move the opponent's stuff, get some control, get some points. Very mid-range. You get a lot of whatever you want. And then you can kind of pressure the opponent, which is what this deck is extremely good at. So, all that being said, let's go into some games and see what we can do. Going up against some Guerrilla Tactics. Mostly seen Shiryu decks with this, which is... I just don't like playing around Shiryu. I think it's annoying. They're good, though. Don't want this. We want that for later. We're looking at this hand. Now, them going first means we probably won't have dominance, which will be something of an annoyance, but we don't need it. And obviously the Aristocrat here is sort of just a loss of tempo, because he's definitely going to have a way to kill it. Depends on its opener. Let's probably do Canal Guardian, and then we'll have a ton of ways to kill it. Or it could just be movement. That's fine, too. Against movement, we have our own movement. Let's go with the Aristocrat, then. I do think it is worth doing this, because he's a very heavily engine-based deck, and this way we can sort of just interrupt that engine, slow him down quite a bit, and then try and get our own points going out here. If we don't interrupt all this movement, he's going to get a lot of value, and hopefully this way we can get our Aristocrat alive. Since it's not the Devotion Shiryu, which I thought it would be, we should have a much better chance of this living. Go for the Ciaran. No surprise there. No surprise at all. I don't want to play Eridan. Eridan is a super good card. Let's just go with a Crew for some more Frost. We'll play the other Crews too. They are like only real engine units. Unless you count the Winter Queen. Eridan kind of is too. There's a Cat Witcher coming down.
That's right. I like fighting with style.
I think we'll put some Frost on both rows here. Get our Winter Queen out. It also sets up the Cat Witcher to die to the Warrior, which is nice, or when it moves back range, it'll die too. So Molina. Now, unfortunately for us, does have this Sentry back online. Can go Warrior and Bruiser together will kill it, so I think we want to do is play the Bruiser. Is this? That way the Bruiser will be at 6, and we can have the Dominance trigger the extra Frost duration from the Warrior. Would be nice. Take that out. Have our Frost going. His armor will be good value against us. You have a pretty good Red Riders coming up, though. We'll do both rows of Frost. Got a pretty solid lead here, and he doesn't have that much setup. He's got some decent cards set up here, but nothing that's going to generate a ton of points yet. Okay, that will be it. That'll do a whole bunch. To our Red Riders. There's Ciri. No surprise.
Don't make me laugh.
Oberon is looking pretty good here. Obviously, we don't want to play Oberon, so first we'll drop a Navigator, I think. Navigator's going to be worth, what, like 4 points? Not very good. Probably need to drop the Aridin to win the round. Don't like that. I think we want to win this round. On even still, that is. Which I do, because we want to force out Golden Necker. His Tall Punish should be limited to maybe a Brayhen and a Curse of Corruption. Probably Curse of Corruption, maybe Brayhen. So that means we might be able to do a tempo... Oh, this is a Brayhen. We'll be able to do a tempo Golden Child coming up.
Right, damn hypocrites.
We got him to play the Brayhen, which is nice. Then we'll do Golden Child here, actually. I think it is worth it. He's not going to have as many points in the future, because we're going to play a short round too. He must have a Tall Punish. There's probably Spores in his deck, to be fair. He might be holding. But if we keep waiting for Golden Child, like round 2, we're not going to have many points on him. Then round 3, we're going to have like not much built up either. There's a pretty big play for him there. Still short though. He gets 2 damage. He has to leader a couple times. Still short points. Still short. I guess it's a 50-50. We have a 50-50 to lose normally with him having a Ciri, and a 50-50 to just outright win. I have 2 cards. He passes because there's 50-50 on the Frost. Oh, it's not 50-50. We get a point here. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. Sorry about this 1 point. He still didn't have enough. I knew we were doing this correctly. I know we needed more than 1 leader. Guess he didn't. So this would be really bad for him. Alright, he is going into round 2. A tie. So his card's probably Golden Necker. If he just opens Golden Necker, we are in a lot of trouble. But, that being said, like, he got Ciri carryover and all that. Rider, I don't know if we want. It's gonna be hard to trigger. Probably don't. Okay, well, we're stuck with it now. start with Riptide. It sets up dominance for us by just removing that. And it's not going to hit any of his other valuable engines otherwise.
Yet life is eternal.
Start frosting. Yeah, Ilva fine. Maybe go Gales for a Bruiser. Or we can go Gales, Naglfar. See Prince, which is good. Also play this. Play this. There's a good chance of seeing the Bruiser, which is what we want. Also gives us a potential dominant. Can do the Riders now. Then we waste a turn of Frost. Geralt isn't great still. I think we're safe to save the Rider and do the Gills on something for value. Let's do Gills. Do Naglfar, and we're gonna hope for Toad Prince. Toad Prince is quite good. Zoom this. Three, what are we grabbing? That's not gonna cut it, and we're gonna get a win here. Yeah, if he had the Golden Necker, like I said, though, we would have just lost. So it's really good he didn't. I kind of didn't think he'd take a tie without it in hand, but I guess he maybe miscounted round one or committed too hard. Ouchie, something like that. Playing some Nature Skip. We played a bunch of that recently. It was pretty fun. Although we do want to go first, so if he does open up with his Auckland, we're gonna have to just Riptide it, which isn't our hand, so that is nice. But slows all of our development down, which is not as nice. That being said, this hand is pretty good.
I don't remember. I don't care.
Simply move this to row lock it. I think shutting that down is worth it.
So as I was saying about the silk.
Also means he is now vulnerable to the Riptide. The only way he's not is if he boosts that with the... Good choice by him. Doesn't want that on the board. I think we just played the Ardgaith, though. Pull our Winter Queen out. He probably has access to the second Rebuke. But I want to get some Frost going, remove his card. Pretty good one for him. Gonna buff that up for sure.
Ugh, stop gargling like that.
Since it's Devotion, we kind of want to save Riptide for the Wrath of Broccolon. So, we don't actually want to hit this with it as tempting as it is. Instead, I think we hit it with the Wrath. We can't target Wrath of Broccolon with that, and I'd want to secure this round for sure. Want to set up that round 3. Although he could buff Ethne with these now they changed how the now that they changed. A while back they changed how points on transforming cards work. Toad Prince would be great here, but we don't have it. Drop our crew here though. He might buff out Toad Prince range, but he didn't want to.
Your souls will propel this launch.
played both of these, which means it's gonna have to Simloss the Caress. Isn't that great, especially not for opening tempo. You can open Simloss.
No
We just got there's Simloss. Gonna trigger that right away here, which isn't too bad. We'll just use the Bruiser to move it into all the melee frost. Okay, double those. Makes sense. He has to kill off the Winter Queen. Play our Bruiser. Still ahead. We are kind of running out of cards we want to play, but the Tyrannalia will be pretty nice. There's no Tall Punish in his deck, so we can freely just do this and go pretty big on the Bruiser, for example. Or replay the Bruiser, depends what he does. Go Fov. I'll get one of those Caresses. He doesn't have much else left. Let's do this Mating Season. There's the Mating Season. No Tall Punish lets us really aggressively play the Golden Child. I'm debating doing it this round. In fact, we will. Like, he's in Devotion Symbiosis. There is no Tall Punish possible outside of Movement Brayhen, which he doesn't have. And Poisons. Yep, there's the win on even. I think that was a worthy use of the Golden Child. Then we can do a big push here. Set up this for carryover. Maybe get Foglet. Set up this to slam the Wrath of Broccolon. Open this. He has to kill it. We do this, this. Got a lot of decent plays here. What goals are we looking at? Gills. No Foglet is a little bit of a shame. But we'll keep this.
Oh, good. Right.
He has one Rebuke left, which should hit this. We're a little concerned he buffed the Wrath of Broccolon. Oh, a trap. Oh, interesting. That is very interesting. Plays into Serpent. But I don't think he'd be playing Serpent. I would rather get these durations up. Maybe he's playing Mantis and Poisons? Some people experimenting with the Mantis trap nowadays. Which we should have done. Didn't get around to. There's the Rebuke. We don't really have many options here. We can grab Gell's. Gell's Navigator is pretty good, though. So let's do that. Stack the Toad Prince as well. Oh, we're playing Sticky Situation. Interesting. I don't think I've seen that Symbiosis before. I can kind of see it, because it does spawn tokens a lot. Not sure how I feel about it though. Good old Oak Critters. Makes sense. What we do here is we're gonna play a Bruiser, and we move the one on the left because if he spawns a token, it'll be on the right. But past round one, Sticky Situation's not nearly as dangerous. Still want to play Tyrannalia. Trying to think which card we want to boost. Probably just Gell's the safest.
My alternators, these humans. I don't
Of
remember.
another world.
I don't care.
Do we use a leader charge here? That is the question. I think we do. I think we do this. Do this. We'll buff this. Because I might want to replay either Bruiser or Navigator, so I'd rather have the buffs on the Gels, because we know we can't punish it. Little Vandrel. How lucky he is. Not lucky. He played the guarantee. There's the Awk one. He finally got the Awk one. I think we just preserve what we have here. He's up 20. But he's got no Ethne. None of the buffs. Let's have his Awk one. But with Riptide, this carryover, and then Oberon into Riders, we should be set here. At least I hope we are. Hey, there's a Foglet. I think we will take this. Don't want to risk redrawing into the Riders. We are missing Eridan, but this hand should be good enough. Maybe we could have risked one redraw, but it seems like whenever we redraw one, we get unlucky and draw both. Do this. Do the 4 melee. Get this going.
They shall not rest.
I don't see him coming back. He's used all of his golds already, so we should be perfectly fine. I do want to consume that fledgling. I think I'd rather play this first. I want to consume with this because he's gonna have. He has to be greedy to have a chance. We should be greedy, and then we can punish it with the Toad Prince still. That is the idea. If he's not greedy, he'll have nowhere near enough points to actually win the game. That's one way of doing it. Yeah, so he's not greedy. He wasn't, so now we can just eat this one, and he can't remove the points from something shaping nature. And we got him. At this point, we don't even need these 2 cards. We've already won. He doesn't have enough points left. Oh, I'll be like, he could have a Herald Gourd as the only thing. Some more Frost out there. I don't think you can play Gourd if you're playing Situation. Should be a pass, right? Forfeit. GG. One for a bunch of numbers. Playing some Knights. Knights are scary. They're always scary if you don't have a Heat Wave in your deck for the scenario. We're going first, thankfully. That'll help quite a bit. This is kind of a hard matchup if you don't go first, in my opinion. I think here... I want 2 Aristocrat. With 2 Foglets, the extra durations is really good. I think we just keep this hand. We need Foglets to match the Knights. We can open like this. Hopefully that'll let us set up a bunch of Frost. Yep. So we are going to do... We're going to want to move that range so it stops getting the extra points. I think we just do the 4 points of Frost range. And just shove this guy back there. He still gets the shields back, but he doesn't get the extra 2 points. An extra 2 points in the Frost damage basically nullify. And now we can't use Sorceress to consume the shields either. So we broke up a 4-point a turn combo by using up our Frost like this, which I think is good. I think it's good enough. I think we want to play Tyrannalia with this. Just for a whole bunch of Frost carryover. I don't think this is worth it. I think he might be aiming to pass. don't think we do.
Oh, what is this peasant wine? Fetch the cupbearer.
Candidate is a 4 provision card. We don't mind too much. He's gonna play this, play Vandergrift, and then he's gonna pass. At least that's what I think he would do. Then we just need to make it so that his round 2, he has to play the Knight scenario. And he doesn't get to carry over that much Erendite value. If he does play the Vandergrift, it's worth destroying it, I think, with the Aimless Wrath. It's worth destroying, but then we have to consider how do we deal with a Maiden Shield, and the answer is we have to Aimless Wrath it. I don't want to pull the Winter Queen out, actually. I want that round 2, I think. We'll do it, though. I was thinking we either, I think we either go Winter Queen, or we go Ternilia. Well, that's unfortunate. That being said, Foglet is pretty big. As far as moving his guys, we save our order still. Now we can do Sorceress again. There's Sorceress. So we only deferred the combo a bit. Still has it. Made him work for it, though. You're not going to be next to those, that's for sure. And then I think we'll just go in here with probably a second Foglet. They are really strong engines, but we just want him out at this point. Be another Knight, right? Yep, another Knight. He gets 4 points for when he removes, plus 2 on this, which is 6. And all of a sudden he's winning uneven, because that's how Knights works. We need Aimless Wrath. We lose the round if we don't, which is quite unfortunate. He's just not gonna give up otherwise. We can't kill the Maiden Shield here, but if we just force it round 2, that would be okay. We do have our Winter Queen still, which he has to deal with. Windhelm. I don't realistically think we can keep contesting this. We can play this still. So we'll do this one. That's the last card we can play this round, I think. Still has the Grace to retrigger that if he wants it. Is boosting the Knight Errant again. Alright, there we go. Thank good. We want him to scenario. Now he's gonna have Heatwave and Erendite for removal. That's probably it. That being said, I think our goal here is we're gonna drop this first. Beginning of the round. I think that would be our play. Gonna Heatwave it, or play the Knight scenario. We prefer if he played the scenario, because we can't beat him in round 3 if he still has it. Which means we need to force tempo here. And we're never gonna get last say in this game. Oh, he's playing Artifact Compression. That is quite annoying. Ternalia and Aridin are both good. play this. Doesn't feel good, but he doesn't have to play a unit here. We have plenty of Frost coming out, most likely. We still have 2 leaders. There he is. Cornelia's good. Eridan's good. We have several good combinations and 1 bad combination, which is Toad Prince and Oberon. I think it's go for it. We need the scenario. Like, if we don't get the scenario, that's it.
If I live to
We need
see
it. I think he knows that we need it. That being said, we have a lot of points out right now. He's just not gonna do it. Main Shield bricks the Riptide. We trade Riptide. If we play Riptide here, what's it get us? He probably has a way to activate Maiden Shield without this scenario. Takes no frost damage. Thing is, we can't. Can we beat the Knight scenario without Maiden Shield? I think we have to take a pass. I think he'll just activate with like the Knight card, the 4th version card that gets some armor stuff, vitality, Mad Charge. I think he'll do. Oh, he doesn't have the Mad Charge. You get another Grace out of him. Thing is, he still has the scenario, but I don't know how many Knights he has to trigger with. There's not that many Knights with Grace in the game. No Eridan, or no Oberon is kind of bad. That is our finisher. There it is. We have the Toad Prince right away here. This one has the Grace, we gotta get rid of it. Can't let him have extra points from those. Earth the Riptide that.
Long live
And at this point, we need to get our Frost value. Leah doesn't get us many points here, unfortunately. Like, the order is not worth much. That's gonna trigger the Grace. I think we lose. Unless he has Erendite. The Erendite will be quite small.
Are you cold, human insect? It will be gone now.
Bleed of the Lake, right?
The righteous shall be recompensed.
9. So that's GG. Answer is we can beat him, but we actually have to draw the Oberon, which we didn't. So. It happened. We did use our consistency earlier to try and get into a situation where we have a win, but we just didn't draw the cards we needed to win. The Lone Light Wolf playing some Firesworn. I've done this matchup a bit from the other side with Firesworn. I don't like it. Well, I don't think we're going to like it. Because we don't have the control to shut down the Fallen Knights. The issue. And he went first, which is bad. Really bad. Well, we have to Toad Prince Osiris and Riptide of Fallen Knight. Then he has another Cyrus though, which is the issue. We need to aggressively push for round control here. Very aggressively. We just can't let him get set up. We need to dictate the rounds.
Our world is in harmony.
That was gonna try and stop us.
Oh, good.
Irregular means non-devotion, which probably means there is going to be a Sayer Khan we have to worry about.
What? 3 more copies?
I mean, that's range locked. The easy answer.
Never know peace again.
But the only thing that's bad with Firesworn from here is it takes time. Everything takes time.
Meat. We're short on dried meat.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
It's also his only cleric, so if we kill that, he can't do it anymore. Be kind of hard though.
Sword of the Order! Flaming Rose!
We want to kill that guy, but I'm not sure we can justify hitting Riptide on it. Like, we have to hit Fallen Knights with Riptide. We have the Fallen Knight, Riptide, we have to kill Toad Prince, probably set Cyrus, otherwise we have to hit Cyrus with, like, Aimless Wrath, which feels really bad. We don't want to be doing that. Bruiser would have solved our problems. We don't have a Bruiser right now. Can't have everything. Especially round 1. Xeno bounce first.
What's that up your sleeve? Now, remove his cowl, then his ears!
No, I think this is required. I don't want to. Is it required? Then what, 2 points a turn off of it? Instead we go with this. Do this instead. I don't think we have to kill it. Sacred Flame.
By denying penance, you confirm your guilt!
A leader, we're gonna play Riders. We play this for big points. That plays into Sayer Khan, but plays around a couple other things he might have. Mainly 4 damage from the Bloody Good Funds. They like to play that. We'll move his stuff like this to reduce. Yep, plays into Sayer Khan, that's bad. I click the order. He's still down. We can still Tyrannalia. It's just he's getting a lot of value here. Transform to block frost damage. Click the order. We play Tyrannalia because it lets us Red Rider the Navigator again if we want to. Navigator is really great in these situations. Plus the Tyrannalia is carryover at the end of the day. So he has DS E-Ray plus click order. Get him out of this. As we said, that will get him out of it.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
Could drop the riders with no Oberon. Could do this, no Oberon. Then Trinalea replay. I think we do it. We won't do Trinalea replay quite yet. We'll wait. That's what I thought would happen there. I think this is going to be like a Fallen Knight stuff. Really want control, and we want the Trinalea carryover. Because we can play Riptide still here. If the rounds are getting this short, the Riptide we don't have to save as much. That's my thoughts, at least. Nice little win on even. The Foglet's great. Big chance to open Golden Child. We go with Naglfar, so I think we'll do that.
Naivety is a fool's blessing.
He's just gonna get smaller. Right? Like, if we just keep going, he's getting smaller and smaller, because we're playing this round. If he takes a turn to Hull Punish us, he's not developing points, which means we'll have a better situation if the round just gets shorter. So I think this makes the most sense here to open with. Should be the Heat Wave, right? You know, Ironmancy Heat Wave? 4s? Okay.
Remove his cowl, then his ears!
I mean, we're still playing here. Because this has so much value. Because we have Foglet. If he doesn't start doing Fallen Knight stuff, we will just probably win. Okay, there's the Disciple. We kill that with Riptide, because that stops him from making a Cyrus with it. We have 6 armor on this at this point, so it's really high value. Tempo. And he should have trouble catching up. Down to only got 3 turns. Cyrus.
The fire cleanses. By denying penance, you confirm your guilt.
We could just pass here. But again, this gives us a lot of points. We'd like to force out a Gregory. Move this one melee. The Foglet being here makes the pushing a lot more desirable.
Who spilled my ink? Confess or be damned.
Helvede would be a bit annoying here.
Have you made your offering?
I think it gets him out of the situation. Well, maybe not, because he takes 4 more frost damage. Let's see. Gonna need that armor.
Light our way through ignorance and superstition.
Then don't play this because we lose to Gregory. But he probably kept the DS E-Ray.
By denying penance, you confirm your
Kept
guilt.
it. We could have 2-0'd there, but I think the Gregory might counteract our points, and we should be safe in this round 3. It probably was correct to go for the 2-0 with the Oberon, though. Hand can work. We can combo these for punish. We have this opener. Code Prince to eat Fallen Knight. We can't Ulrich to boost by 2.
Idle hands are evil's playthings.
I mean, got it down. There's no way he can generate enough points to beat us.
Bollocks. It's my last quill.
Toss it onto the pile, and burn it with the rest.
He's gonna have Scribe Helvede, but that's not enough points. It's a lot of points, but it's not enough.
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
Yep, not enough points. GG. some Frost for you guys. Now, normally here I talk about how much I like the deck, what cards to change. Now, honestly, I just really like Frost. Frost is a really solid, good deck. Always been a solid, good deck since it got reworked. And really what we'll talk about here, I think, is that are the options, right? There's a lot of options for Frost. So you're going to be in Devotion. And by options, I mean you can run things like Morwood. Morwood is pretty strong. You can play Unseen Elder if you're really feeling it because you are in Devotion. I don't recommend it, but it's more fun, I think, than Morwood. You can also play Nithril. You can play Appearing Phantom. You can play a whole bunch of stuff. Just look at the Wild Hunt cards. Alright, you got choices. Nithril, Appearing Phantom are the big ones, and then the bronzes, you could slot in a Slave Trader over one of the 5s. Probably over, I don't know, maybe over a Bruiser. Because that way you get another point on Ternalia and you have it. I don't like him that much. I'd rather honestly just swap him out for another 4 than run Slave Trader. For being truthful. As far as the rest though, it is pretty solid. There are chip swaps like these you can do. You can fit these guys in. And then, unfortunately, Lara just is not a Frost card. But I think that's about it. There's not that many things you can do. You can run like a Azrael package if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's not quite as good, but it's pretty interesting. So yeah, it's kind of just Frost. Frost has been Frost, and Frost is still really good. So, hope you guys enjoyed, had some fun watching these games, and we will see you next time. On the next Balance Council, I believe, should be up by then. So hopefully it'll be something exciting to try out. We still have to try out Artis, which we will. Artis Self-Wound deck we'll be playing. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we've got something special cooking too, but we can't do that one quite yet. We'll wait for the next season for it. But hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you then.